this video, I'm gonna show you all how to make a beginner shooter game. So, for a start, we're gonna open a new project. This is for Construct 3 on a computer. So, let's name it beginner shooter. Create it. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of time to pause and do that real quick. Alright, so let's add our player, our bullet, and our enemy. So insert a sprite here. Let's name it player. I'm going to have it be a green box. Now, let's add a bullet. I'm going to make it a yellow box. And lastly, the final sprite, that's going to be our enemy. A red box. I'm going to pause so that you guys can do that. Alright. So, let's start with getting to be able to move for the player. Because if we preview, we can't move, we can't shoot, or anything like that. We can't move or shoot. So, firstly, let's add a behavior to the player. Click on the player. Click on behaviors over here. And then click on add new behavior. Move down, scroll down to the movements and add an 8 direction. Now if we exit out of this, I'm going to change this to 100. I'll wait for you guys to do that. Alright. Now let's load in. We can move around now. So, but our bullet doesn't move and our enemy doesn't hurt us. First, let's work on the bullet. So, we're going to add another movement. This time we're going to use the bullet movement. Now, let's make it, well, I'll wait for you to do that first. Alright, now let's make it so that we can shoot it. We're going to insert a new object, scroll all the way down to input, and add a mouse. Okay, now let's start coding. Go to your event sheet, add the mouse event, add an event, by clicking up here where it says add event. Now we're going to want to add a condition. We're going to want to add a mouse condition. So click on the mouse. You can either double click or click the next. Now we're going to want to see on any click. We're going to want to tap on any click, well, on click actually, left and clicked. Now we're going to want to add an action so that it fires, so that our player fires the bullet. So on left click, add action by clicking up here where it says add action. Then we're going to want to go to our player. Double click player, click next on the player. So we want to scroll down to misc and click spawn another object. Now the object we want to be the bullet. I'm going to wait for you guys to do that. Alright, so if we test our bullet moves, we can move around. We can click to shoot a bullet. Now let's make it so that this well, let's put a coding to prevent lag in the game. So bullet on created in the event sheet, then system wait 20 seconds, then bullet will destroy. So first of all, we can't destroy the enemy and it doesn't hurt us. So let's fix that. So first we're going to make it move towards us by adding a behavior. This behavior, first we are going to add bound to layout to our player and the enemy, because I forgot to do it for the player. Oh, and we're also going to add a scroll too for the player, so it doesn't just go off screen, the screen follows the player. Now, after the bound to layout, we are going to add a move to the enemy. I'm going to make it have 90. No, 190, because the player has 100, so yeah, it's going to be 90. Let's just bring that up there. Now, let's figure out how to make a bullet hurt the enemy first. Well, I'll let you guys do the adding these things first. Alright, so now let's make it so that the enemy can get hurt by the bullet. So bullet, we're going to want to open a bullet for the condition. We're going to want to scroll down a little. We're going to want to find on collision with another object. And that object is going to be enemy. So now we're going to open the enemy for the action. And have it go and select destroy. Now, let's also make the bullet. Destroy. So if we load in now, if we click it, the enemy dies, and so does the bullet. So now let's make the enemy move towards us. So now, system, every tick, enemy, you're going to want to scroll down to the move to. Go to move to object, the object will be player. Now, I'm going to wait for you to do that real quick. Alright, let's test it out. It moves towards us. We can get away from it, and we can just kill it. So now let's make it kill us. So now, we're going to want enemy is overlapping player, enemy, destroy, player, destroy. Alright. I'm going to wait for you guys to do that. Alright, let's test it out. So, yeah. Alright, I wanna get away from him enough to turn around and shoot. There. So, I'm gonna move this guy all the way down to the corner. Move my guy all the way over here. Just so we have a little time to... I should have gotten him by now. Oh, there he is. So, we did that. And now we have our own little shooter game. Now, now let's get into the optional stuff. So I'm gonna wait if you want to pause and click off the video because you don't want to do the optional parts of this. I'm gonna wait for a sec. Alright, so for the first optional thing, let's make it so that the game is pretty much infinite. By that, I mean that enemies will spawn naturally. So, first, I'm going to add a layout. By going up here, right-click, add, and add layout only. I'm going to call this library. I'm going to put the enemy and the bullet here. So, now over here, we can delete this bullet. I don't remember if you can get other layout. Wait, you can get another layout. Great. So we can click off. Wait, let's not click off of that. So let's first make it so that the enemy spawns naturally. So insert a sprite, make it enemy spawner. I'm not going to make it look like anything, I'm just going to make it invisible. You guys can make it invisible if you want. I'm going to put it right there. And put one right there. Here, right? So, now let's go to our event sheet. Add event. Well, for the system, all the way down at the bottom, there's every X seconds. Now, let's set that to random. Random. Random 25, 40. There. And then enemy spawner will spawn an enemy. No, that's it. So, unless the programming's gone wrong, we should not get swarmed. So, you can't use randoms for this. Good to know. Let's just make that 25 seconds. Oh no. That's because in the library it's not enabled, so let's just put that enabled. And now what? Alright, we need set angle on too. Anyway, let's see. I'm headed down here. So in a little bit, an enemy should spawn. Yep. So that works. I'm gonna wait a little for you to do that, and if you want, click off the video now. So now let's put up in the library an enemy spawner. Now we are gonna add a score. First, let's go to our event sheet, right click, add global variable, score. Now, let's insert a text. Let's call it score. Let's put it up here. I'll wait for you guys to do that. So now we have that there, but it doesn't display the score. So down here, we have to system every tick. Add action, score, set text. Now, this is going to be score, colon, that. And then after that, we're going to want an ampersand, and then score variable. So now, it's up there. So let's make it for the score. Add event, system, every 0.02 seconds, add action, system, add to, score by 1. I'll wait for you to do that. Alright, so let's check. Yeah, that's too fast. Let's change this to 0.2 seconds and then try it out. Yeah, that's reasonable. So, we get score now. Also, I'm going to delete this guy. And now let's make it so that on collision with enemy, for the bullet, add action, system, add to, score by 5. So now we get 5 score if we kill an enemy. Let's test that out. Alright, they need to spawn and then come to us. Yep. I definitely just got 5. Yep, it works. Now that's good. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video here, guys.